part of the game that we play is only the part where you determine that yes, there is a ghost.
No, it's not even that. It's what type of ghost is it?
Yeah. So like, there's so much you can do. There's so many like stages of the completely real and scientific methods that these people use in real life to scam people out of money. But I mean, have you ever wondered why there's so many fucking TV shows and shit about ghost hunting and stuff? It's because ghost hunters make a lot of fucking money if people know about ghost hunting and believe in this. Like, somebody will pay them to come and exercise a ghost or whatever, find out if there's a ghost and record it, you know? Like, it's like an exterminator, but there's actually no bugs. People just think there's bugs.
Phantasmo bugs.
It's so bug.
I swear there's a bug here. You just gotta trust me, bro.
I mean, we agree that ghosts aren't real, right? But what do you think the ghosts are real?
Ghosts? I don't know. I've never encountered anything, so... You can hear stories, but if you don't have personal experience, it's hard to determine.
You can also make up stories. Like, I have never seen any compelling evidence, despite the fact that they supposedly use all this technology to
determine the
detect
existence.
ghosts. There's nothing that's ever compelled me to believe in so real. They're like, oh, here it is. I got a picture of it. It's just a fucking smudge on your camera, bro. Like, I think it's perfectly fine to entertain it as like a fantasy or a fiction, but I don't think that entertaining it in real life is like, this is my profession. I go out and people pay me to remove ghosts from their house.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, you just tell the person, oh, so you're a scammer.
Yeah, that's a scam. It's a scam. That's the definition of a scam.
Dude, this thing goes so fast, if I mess up, it bounces up and then it's hard to get back on the vine.
Really?
Yeah. Like it just did it. Oh god.
500,000 chef.
Already? Holy shit. You haven't even finished a whole field.
How much of the fields I've harvested?
Have you just been going on both of them, or just one of them?
I've just been going across both.
Yeah, not much. I'd say like probably a fifth of total. Honestly, I think I'd be okay with like 15 miles an hour harvesting. But like 25 is just a little too fast.
Yeah. I love 28. This is my
Well, you're not trying to fucking line up on a grapevine. It sucks.
refrigerate the coffee. So the issue is, for me, the reason why making iced tea and iced coffee has always been a pain in the ass for me. But I like it, right? But it's because I don't have a lot of ice, and making ice is a pain. I don't have any automatic way of doing that. And my freezer has never been very powerful, you know?
Yeah.
But if my fridge is strong enough now, I can put relatively warm liquids in there and just let it cool it without worrying about the rest of my food going bad, which was a concern before. If you put something really hot in a bad fridge, it heats the entire fridge up, right?
Yep.
And then you enter the danger zone for all of your food. So now like your bread is going bad, your cheese is going bad, you know? You don't want to do that. So like that's the reason why I've been like, oh, I'm not really gonna do that. But bad one. Goodbye, picture. Right now I'm throwing the entire electric kettle in the fridge, which is weird. I mean, it's like picture shaped, but I also don't think I should be making tea inside my electric kettle. It feels kind of unsanitary. Feels like it's the kind of thing where you put like something that's not water inside your rice maker, and your mom goes, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" You know what I mean?
Vaguely.
You guys put things that aren't water inside your rice maker? I know it's not.
There's a special kind of rice we make.
I've heard of sake. I've heard of putting water in like a tiny bit of sake or rice vinegar, but like...
I mean, it's a rice cooker. You cook rice with it, you know?
Yeah.
It's always rice.
It's always rice, yeah. But I mean, rice and water. Right. And then you add stuff after. Right. Or like if you put like I saw an Instagram video of somebody putting milk in their coffee maker. I was like, there's no way that that's a good idea, right? That's a bad idea.
That sounds odd.
That sounds like a bad idea. And then there was a 10-minute power hour in Game Grumps where Aaron made coffee and then he put the coffee back into the coffee maker and then made coffee again. And then he did it another time. And they kept drinking it, and they were like, this sucks. Why are we doing this?
Doubling down on coffee.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's what double brewed means. Or maybe it is, but they have special machines for that. You're not supposed to just do it with a coffee maker at home.
Hey guys, I'm brewing coffee into coffee.
The infinite coffee culture. Tastes so bad because the first coffee that was dissolved in there would like burn. It would taste so awful, dude.
Yeah.
You already think that coffee tastes awful.
It does. People that like coffee are weird.
You add sugar to it, dude.
Yeah, at that point I might as well just drink soda. Like, what the fuck?
It's a different flavor. It's like...
Yeah, I don't like it. You add sugar to get rid of the coffee flavor. Just drink soda, what?
No. You don't add sugar to get rid of the coffee flavor. You add sugar to make the coffee flavor more sweet. It's like how you wouldn't just drink cola extract. You have to drink cola extract with sugar. You're not getting rid of the cola flavor, you're just making the cola flavor sweeter. Right?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I add a lot of sugar to overpower the coffee flavor. Back when I was a kid, I used to do that.
Coffee. I like coffee because of the way it tastes. I like coffee because coffee tastes good if you have sugar in it. I don't like black coffee. I also like the way coffee smells. Coffee smells amazing. It's a big part of the experience with me.
Just like wine. Speaking of wine, we're harvesting grapes.
Speaking of wine, we don't have any.
We need to make the winery still. Oh, I got stuck. I don't get why it's so hard for, like, just don't get stuck.
Oh, there's so many beehives over here. I almost said mine? I'm just trying to mine?
What?
What?
Where?
I'm mining, I guess.
Who's mining? It's honestly really annoying that there's no like designated center point. This is where you want your machine centered on.
First play. It doesn't really work well in multiplayer.
Oh god. Problem is every time it jumps up, there's a possibility it's not harvesting a bit, and then if it doesn't harvest a bit, I have to go back all the way through the vine.
What's your favorite musical, or artist?
My favorite, what?
Artist. Musical artist.
I don't really know, dude.
What's your favorite song?
I don't have one right now. It's just, I kind of listen to whatever I feel like, you know? I mean, The Weeknd is a really good artist. I like The Weeknd.
Yeah.
I like Joji.
Okay. Interesting. I don't think I like him as a person, but I don't think I've ever listened to any of his music.
His music's good. He's a good singer.
I think he's a really good example of being able to create stuff that doesn't necessarily represent you as a person. So like, I like the idea of Joji for sure. I've just never listened to anything he's made.
His music's good. Yeah, I don't know. I listen to a lot of stuff, so I can't say like one particular is better.
I like Red Hot Chili Peppers because I have a lot of positive associations with it from my childhood. That's always been a really important one to me. I like 21 Pilots.
Blink 182?
No. I mean, I'll listen to their music, but it's not my favorite.
Where are you?
And then a lot of my other answers are really nerdy, like Hans Zimmerman or Dwayne Dejati, which are.
I mean, Hans, yeah, definitely. He's the top 10.
Yeah.
For me.
Like.
It's just like I have to be in the mood for it kind of music, you know? It's kind of.
Yeah, I'm kind of a music theory nerd, so like, I really like the themes that people write for screenplays and television shows and analyzing them and just in like, listening to how they change and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I'll listen to the Pirates of the Caribbean soundtrack.
Yeah.
I would sometimes listen to like game soundtracks, like Bridge of Spirits. Such a good soundtrack.
Yeah, so Game of Thrones has a really good soundtrack, and there's a lot. So like, one of the big themes of Game of Thrones is families, right? Mm-hmm. And everybody has a family that they're a part of. So it's like everybody they kind of represent the families, and each of the families starts with their own soundtrack, their own like theme, right? Yeah. So they all have their own song that they start with, but by the end of the show, each character has their own version of it, and that's really interesting to analyze, like how it changes over time, like how each character adds their own like flair yeah. to the theme. Yeah. So like the Stark theme is really cool. Square Hammer by Ghost, Red says.
Square Hammer by Ghost?
I've never heard
What kind of a song is it? What genre? Yeah, I listen to so many. It's just.
Yeah. Me too.
I listen to a lot of chill, like super spacey stuff right now because it helps for sleeping, especially at night.
Yeah. Just to finish my thought, sometimes in Game of Thrones, a character will do something so, like, different or against the grain that they just get their new theme, a new theme completely, like, altogether. Like, maybe I'll play one for you later that's really cool, but Cersei Lannister gets her own theme because she just fucking basically kills, like, everybody in a city in one episode, just, like, fully, just blows them up.
Damn. Oh.
It's like, whoa, okay, you kind of become your own kind of monster now at this point, so you get your own song.
Yeah, that's wild. Keeps bouncing. Stop bouncing. This is metal. I don't listen to metal too much.
There's a few things that I like, but mostly the things that I like that are metal are mostly really nerdy, like music nerd kind of stuff. Like I like S&M. Sorry, let me clarify because S&M can mean a lot of things. There's two albums made by Metallica. It's the San Francisco Symphony Orchestra playing with Metallica. I like those albums really a lot. S&M can mean a lot of things, including some really weird and gross things, so.
I like my music kit that I got for CS.
I like mine. Dude. Really good.
It's funny, the sample that's used in my music kit, like I've heard it in a different song before, so.
I just think Darude is like really made good music for CS.
Yeah. I mean, if it makes you play better, it's worth it.
I think it does.
Yeah, last night I was not doing well. And I think part of the reason was because I wasn't getting as many frames as I normally do. Remember the issue that I had with my CPU being like 67 while it was at 7% usage? Yeah, restarting my PC fixed it, and I think I was getting less frames last night, so. I still don't know what the issue was. All I know is that the daylight savings, like the exact second, it just fully disconnected.
There's a really nerdy Marvel quote from Iron Man, from Tony Stark. He says, "If you're not a hero without the suit, then you don't deserve to wear it." I don't know, man. Like, I get that the frames are really helpful, but shouldn't you be able to play the game without it too? Like,
to be fair, I was top fragging.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just don't think wasn't pulling my 30 bombs. It makes enough of a difference.
But then it kind of feels like... Doesn't that kind of feel like shit a little bit, though? That you realize, oh, maybe part of the reason why I'm good is because I've just spent more money than other people. Doesn't that feel like shit?
Not really.
That would feel like shit to me.
I mean, in pro athletes, like runners, they spend a lot on shoes because they know that they need a certain type of shoe to be able to perform.
But then it turns out that most of those shoes are scams, and it's all just about the runner and the technique. You should look at some of the research on that. It's pretty conclusive. Like, the way that runners run is wrong. Like, a lot of them. Like, something about, like, heel-toe being, like, really bad for your feet and really destructive to your body.
But basically, it's just saying, you know, pro athletes get the best equipment for a reason. There's no reason that I should feel shitty for having the best equipment to make sure that I'm using the or I'm able to use my skills fully, I guess.
I'm not saying you should feel shitty about having the best equipment. I'm just saying for me personally, if my equipment was the difference between me winning or losing, that would make me feel like shit. Like if it just makes me a lot better, like at winning, and I'm still winning, then it's like, okay, maybe that's cool. But I would feel like shit if it wasn't my skill that was earning me the win. You know what I mean?
I guess.
Then it's like, okay, it's kind of like I'm using steroids or whatever. It's like, it's not me, it's the performance enhancing aspect of it, you know? Like I'm the kind of person that if I was an athlete, I would never use steroids, because that feels wrong, it feels fake.
Yeah.
I'd rather be bad. I'd rather just fall off and retire than have to use steroids to continue to play the game, you know? And like that's understandable too. There's a lot of respect for an athlete who's like 37 years old and they're like, dude, I'm too old to play baseball now. Like, these kids are way better than me. I'm literally just taking up a spot on this team right now, and they won't fire me out of respect, but it's time for me to go, you know?
Yeah.
I think there's a large amount of respect in the baseball community for that, you know?
So let's say, you know, obviously your reaction time doesn't change. Like, between you getting, like, let's say 60 FPS versus 300 right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you getting 300 got you the kill, but 60 didn't. You reacted at the same time that you saw them, but unfortunately, because you had 300 FPS, you were able to technically see them quicker.
Yeah.
And you got the kill.
I mean,
what would you do then? Like, at that point?
I don't know.
It's complicated.
Like I said,
it's not as easy as like regular sports.
It's okay if I think it's okay if the technology is helping me to use my skill more effectively. But it doesn't feel like a win if I have 300 frames and the enemy had 60, and that was why I won. That doesn't feel like a win to me. That feels like they're poor, so I won. Like that feels like I'm privileged, so therefore I won. And I don't want to win because I'm privileged. I want to win because I was better than them.
Yeah. The only thing that you can control is what you have, not what other people have.
No, I know.
So it's unfortunate.
That's why some games, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, depending on how poor you are, how privileged you are, some games do set like that that limit, right? So like, in fact, CS does. It's diminishing after 120 frames. You'll still get it. You'll still see an advantage because you're still sort of printing the last available information on your screen, right? But it's diminishing because the server doesn't update faster than 120 times per second, right?
So, I don't think it's even higher than 64. Like, I have my doubts.
I don't know, man. I have my doubts too about competitive. I think that Premiere probably is.
I'd have to look it up and really do research to conclude anything.
But if that's the number,
128 or 64, yeah.
Yes. If that's the number, then it still gives you an advantage, but it's less of an advantage, right? So like, if the enemy is 120 and I have 300 frames per second going to my monitor and 360 hertz update refresh rate, then it's like, okay, maybe that's fine. I still probably have a little bit more of an advantage, but it's less likely to be skill based at that point. But a lot of these people that we play with, like, you watch their fucking perspective and they're like probably like 30 frames per second maybe on a good day, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I don't know, like, this guy has good positioning, he has good awareness, he's in the
got
right
good
spot,
game
he's
sense.
aiming his gun at the right place, and he still loses because
He's on worse
using
hardware.
a fucking touchpad and he's getting 30 frames per second.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is,
though,
if I was the guy that just killed him, I would feel like shit.
Yeah. For me, I don't, because 1,800 of my 2,000 hours, I was on Intel integrated graphics getting 30 frames, so I don't care, you know. I did what I had to and I ranked up. So
but to be fair,
yeah.
right? To be fair, that's only a problem at our level.
Yeah. As we go up,
at
it
the
doesn't.
At the highest level in offline tournaments, they're all using ROG Swifts with 4090s.
Yeah, there's
all
no
of them.
way.
The entire stage is using the best possible hardware. So at their level, it is completely skill based, right? But at our level, it's so wildly not. Like,
that's why it's such an advantage to have it. It's, like, it's crazy.
Like, I'm pretty sure the arena that runs the big, that has been running, when Valve sets up the CS tournaments, I'm stuck. Help. They actually do bring, like, genuinely the same monitor that we use. Like,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what they use. So, like, everybody in those offline tournaments is on the equal playing field in terms of hardware.
All the hardware is identical. It's all tested and everything. So at the end of the day,
the only thing that's different is the mice. They're allowed to bring their own mouse.
Well, yeah, because they practice with it. But at the end of the day, it's all skill based. I would never switch to a G Pro. I like the buttons.
People rant and rave about the G Pro, but I don't know. It doesn't seem good. I like the G502X. I might get that at some point if I ever have the money, which I won't. But
would you get the X or the X Plus?
I mean, if I could afford the X Plus, I would probably get it, yeah.
Do you know what the difference is? Lights. No, that's what my brother told me. He's like, yeah, the difference is literally RGB. And I'm like, but the logo doesn't even light up on the X Plus. It's like, yep. It's like, what the fuck's the point?
RGB? Wait, the G502X doesn't have RGB at all?
I don't think so.
Huh? Like $100. Is it $100?
I think it's because it's new and wireless.
Fucking people be wildin', bro.
You mean companies?
Yes.
Yeah.
Corporations are people.
No, they're not.
Legally. They are legally defined as people.
Well, they don't deserve to be.
They are people. I agree. The fact that limited liability exists is just like... The fact that there can be a no-fault dissolution of a business and lots of people can lose money and there's nobody they can go after for it because of limited liability means that a corporation is a person. Oh, shucks. That Coca-Cola fucked me over again. It wasn't the exec. It was Coca-Cola. Who do you blame? There's like a billion people making fucking choices, right? Like, when a mistake is made, it's really hard to track down who was the actual... It's called piercing the corporate veil. That's the legal term for it. It's extremely difficult to figure out who the actual person who made the mistake was. a lot of the times you just have to say, oh, Coca-Cola made the mistake. You know?
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I mean, it makes sense why they do that.
Expensive, you know. When you have companies that have one owner, it's a lot easier, but...
I definitely missed a lot of grapes throughout the entire field. I just don't care enough. It's like 10 grapes here and there. It's not worth it. Oh no, there's only 2 spots. Now the problem is, I don't know where they are.
Some of the grapes fall off and get run over. Some of the grapes get eaten by birds. Like, bro, it is what it is.
I mean, we have so many grapes. I've basically already filled up all 4 of these trailers.
I literally do not understand why they would add grapes to the game and not add wine. I fully do not understand that.
It's because this game is rated E.
What the fuck is the point?
They have grape juice and raisins. You want to make some raisins?
Listen, man.
You don't want any raisins?
Listen. Raisins are fine. The thing is that 90% of the grapes in the world that are made for wine.
I mean, I don't know about that, but a lot of them are, yes. Wine is definitely a more lucrative way of...
Or maybe I should
grapes.
say, yeah, maybe I should say 90% of the money made on grapes is made on wine.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I should say.
Yeah, I mean, alcohol makes a lot of money.
I mean, I can not support drinking alcohol myself, but still acknowledge that it's extremely profitable and a very important part of the world's agriculture.
So, Sea of Thieves is rated T because alcohol.
But there's alcohol.
So, that's why I think, although it doesn't deal necessarily with the drinking of alcohol, more the creation of it, so I don't understand.
Also, ratings matter so much less now than they used to.
Oh yeah, anybody can buy anything. You click a button and say, yeah, I'm 18. Buys fucking house party.
Fucking
At 10 years
a
old.
lot. You can be a